We have the settings that we can use the settings.
Okay. You want to try to change yours down and mine up?
Yeah. Mine down. As far as it can go. Let's see, do I make noise now? We good?
Yeah, I think we.
Might be no fan or something on that. It's going man, buddy. It's good. I'll hold the phone for a minute. I'm gonna do it last like this.
Yeah, I was saying more knock the phone out, man.
Nah, it's hot. It's hot as hell up there.
I'd rather just deal with it, keep rolling.
Well, lights can knock it out, but no.
Right.
What we're gonna go over is the FOID card. We're gonna go over the FOID card and whether it's constitutional. We're talking about gun rights. Whether you're a citizen or whether you're not a citizen working on a tree. Give me 1 second. You can put that on.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
Yeah. The first one should have had a 14th on the case.
Yeah, I'm just making sure I want to do one of the other files.
Yeah. So we're gonna be going over this case that happened in Illinois a couple years ago. I'm sticking there.
I don't mean, I'm like, there ain't nothing.
Going over this case that happened a couple years ago. Somebody challenged the constitutionality of the FOID card. Having to go register and all that type of stuff. And they won. So we're gonna see how. Yep. I'm gonna put up one of the proceedings and read the judgment. And she filed an appeal. I still got to go back and read her appeal, and break it down. But we're gonna go over this now. What the hell? Let's see. No.
There's no other.
Oh shit.
That's the thing. And I just put my phone on mute.
Good truck. You can still do that. Put mine on mute.
Okay. Do you still have it? No, it sounds like everything is kind of back to normal.
Okay.
Alright, so why don't we do this? Yeah. Actually, you know what? It's not even that big of a deal.
Right.
Just.
Yeah,
and you can just roll on to this one.
We'll take this off.
You said 14th is supposed to be on the file we need, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got that one. It's up whenever you're ready.
Righty, okay, I got it on my phone. So now I found all this just Googling Illinois gun laws. And then went to Wikipedia and a bunch of stuff popped up. And then if you read further and further and further and dig in like footnote 19 and 20, you have these whole case pop up. In the Circuit Court of the Second Judicial Circuit, White County, Illinois, the people of the state of Illinois. So you're already off the bat. You know it ain't no inter party. It's the people.
Mm-hmm.
What people we don't know.
Right.
Versus Vivian Claudine Brown. Vivian went to war with him. You know what I'm saying? This was in 2018. Order finding statute unconstitutional. That means she won. Now they finna explain why. On this 14th day of February 2018, this court, after examining the defendant's motion to find statute unconstitutional, the defendant made a motion. She was proactive and being fully advised, and don't got an L or a Bay on the back of her name.
Right. Right.
And being fully advised, probably Caucasian, but still, and being fully advised in the premises finds as follows. 1, this court has jurisdiction for the parties hereto and the subject matter hereof. Why they gotta say that?
Yep.
What if it was me?
Right.
Do they got jurisdiction?
Mm-hmm.
Not no more.
Right. Oh.
Shit. Unless I did something wrong.
Right.
2, the facts of this case are undisputed and are fully set forth in the defendant's motion to find statute unconstitutional filed herein on September 26, 2017. 3, the statute in question is 430 ILCS. This is Illinois compiled statutes. You can go look it up. 65/2 parentheses A1, which provides for the following. No person may acquire or possess any firearm within this state without having his or her possession a firearm owner's identification card previously issued in his or her name by the Department of State Police under the provisions of this act. That's what they challenge. It's unconstitutional.
Right.
That you can't bear arms without their permission.
Right.
It's unconstitutional.
Mm-hmm.
These facts, it's already unconstitutional.
Yep.
She the only one. Amore didn't do it. She did it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm finna try. 4, 430 ILCS 65/4A1 and A20 respectively provide in part as following. Each applicant for a firearm owner identification card must 1, make application of blank forms prepared and furnished by the Department of State Police. Each applicant of a firearm owner identification card should furnish to the Department of State Police his or her photograph. 5, 430 ILCS 65/5 provides in part that in order to obtain a firearm owner's identification card, a person must submit to the Department of State Police payment of $10. See, they all this putting tax and liens on rights, making a right of privilege. Now, this is why they think they slick. 6, Article 1, Section 22 of the Constitution for the state of Illinois. Now, okay, how your Constitution, right? But they got the Constitution for the United States, right?
Right.
If it ain't in line with that,
It's void.
it's null and void, right? So let's continue. Subject only to police power. Where that come from? That's in the Constitution for the United States? I don't believe so.
No.
Didn't see that in there. But that's the Mickey. Subject to police power.
Right.
The right of the individual citizen to keep and bear arms should not be infringed. This is how they can go with that felon shit.
Right.
Now, watch this. 7. The Second Amendment to the United States Constitution provides in part as follows. The right of the people to keep and bear arms should not be infringed. Where the police power?
Right. Right. Because it shouldn't have nothing to do like that.
Where the police fight? But ain't nobody challenging that.
Right. They just letting it ride.
You know why ain't nobody challenged? Because when Vivian got the kicking in their ass, they say you better hurry up and pass that before we have to rule on the Supreme Court. And then all this constitutional shit gonna come into play.
Right. Right.
And then y'all whole shit gonna be, everybody gonna know y'all frauds. Ain't gonna try y'all.
Yep. Yep.
So we know that some shit say to this, say what it say, and everybody gonna say you can't do this, and in the private, somebody gonna take them and sue them and go to court, and they're gonna be the only motherfucker doing it.
Right. Exactly. That makes sense.
And you gonna be telling them and showing them proof, and this is that and the other, and they gonna be, you know what I'm saying, mesmerized,
right,
or whatever. We showing you case law. She the only one in Illinois, the FOID card is unconstitutional for because she the only one took it. According to this, there might be other people in the works. You know what I'm saying? 8, which 8 don't really apply to us to the time of the 14th Amendment. The 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution provides that part of, see, this is how they slip their niggas in there. They can't slip all this in there with me. I'm not dealing with stuff that don't, you know what I'm saying, pertain. Right. Because I ain't they citizen no way. See, we really exploring shit with me. Because I ain't your citizen. So, you know, you say we got to treat it peace and friendship.
Right. And
you know this story, motherfucker.
Right.
You know how I didn't grow up with this information.
Right.
Talking about some acting like somebody committed a crime. And then we went in the Constitution yesterday. They got a section in there that no crime should commit corruption of blood. But all that shit for the people.
Right.
Not black racial groups.
Right.
This is why I say it's a high road and it's a low road and it's a left and a right on both of them. Yep. You on the right on the low road thinking you right. Dred Scott, he thought he was right. Plaintiff in error.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, your argument right, but status.
Yep.
Same stuff right now. Same stuff right now. And Central Few Moors Act. That's what we doing. Same stuff right now. They did a status correction.
Yep.
Don't judge us by the Negro law. And they used to be slaves. Quote unquote, whatever. Indenture, however you want to put it.
Right.
They worked their way up out the shit, became masters, or you know what I'm saying, however you want to put it, employers.
Yep.
And then updated their status. Yeah, we ain't under the Negro law, off the treaty. Bam.
Yep. No.
I'm not talking about the other one where it say, yeah, these American citizens. What's the other one? 75 Resolution 75 or something
like that.
Where they saying these fine American former Moors and all. We not talking about that. I've been said like years ago. I did a live on that. Like I ain't like that. That shit ain't fit right with it. Because that sound like naturalization, which what it was. Okay, back to where we was at. 14th Amendment. No state should make or enforcing law which should abridge the privileges and immunities of citizens of the United States. See that? She shouldn't have went to privileges and immunities because it's citizens.
Yep.
Don't apply. 9, 14th Amendment to the United States Constitution incorporates the Second Amendment right to keep and bear arms for the purpose of self-defense and is applied to the states. They steady trying to work that 14th in because that means your ass is citizen. McDonough versus City of Chicago. Thus, the Second Amendment protects the right to keep and bear arms. So we own the Second Amendment. Right. The Second Amendment protects the right to keep and bear arms for the purpose of self-defense. So we already know that FOID card is unconstitutional according to their courts. Right. Unconstitutional. You don't need a permission for it. So, like, when you get gun cases, this is what you're supposed to be challenging with in court. Right. Her status wasn't corrected. She fought. Yeah. Y'all need to go read this. So it's unconstitutional, right on its face. Also, the Second Amendment protecting your right to bear arms if you just got it in the crib. Say it just came to your house. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. For the purpose of self-defense, District of Columbia versus Heller found the inherent right of self-defense has been central to the Second Amendment, and the home is where the need for defense of self, family, and property is most acute. See, this is why you got to defend this, because what you think our women's supposed to get men who can't defend the home. Right. So now they got to pick men who ain't got a record and this and that and the other.
The fastest 911 dialer.
This the same shit they did with Section 8. You can't have a man in the home. Yep. If he got a record or whatever. Yep. The same shit, and it's unconstitutional. So you got the inherent right of self-defense. See, they trying to say you're not a man no more. Who is you?
Right.
No. 10. In this case, the facts show the defendant possessed a gun in her house for the purpose of self-defense without a FOID card. To require the defendant to fill out a form, provide a picture ID, and pay $10 fee to obtain a FOID card before she can exercise her constitutional right to self-defense with a firearm is a violation of the Second Amendment to the United States Constitution as applied to the states, and a violation of Article 1, Section 22 of the Constitution of the state of Illinois as applied to this case only. They said it's both violations. Now, it's some of you boys got locked up, got people locked up because they came and raided and took a gun that was in the house. And the whole shit unconstitutional, record or not.
Yep.
Y'all got some homework to do. You know what I'm saying? So that's yeah. You gotta think of it as like they playing. Take away the rights. So now the women, yeah. You get with this man, you know it's dangerous, you might go to jail.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You tired of going to jail. This is that and the other. Stigma on them types. Yeah, don't mess with them.
Yep. Yep. Now y'all at y'all shortage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Turn the nose up the other hand.
Yeah. They done formed the game. Don't mess with them. I already done did it with the housing, like I said.
Yeah.
Now they ass better. Get locked up. You know, forced out, made it harder. Now they locked up quicker and for a longer time. More better. Now they playing the game, getting sucking money out your line to you the whole bit. Get out, fuck you over. Now it's a hatred. Now the men hate the women. Like in that dynamic. That's just one dynamic of, you know what I'm saying, averseness.
Right.
On the hood level.
Sure.
11. Based on the foregoing, the court finds 430 ILCS 65-2A1 unconstitutional as applied to this case. As applied to this case. She the only one did it. The court further finds, now, ain't it equal protection of the laws?
Yep.
So how the fuck, what you mean as applied to this case?
Right.
Fuck, who is she? The queen? What?
Yeah, right. What you mean?
We need a press conference around here?
Right. Now they kept it quiet.
Right. As applied to this case, because she the one filed. Because she the one somebody told on, and she fought back.
Right.
Ain't nothing stopping nobody from just going in on this shit.
Right.
That's like me. I'm just finna apply, and you gonna deny me, and then now I got, okay, they deny me. I'm suing. Motherfucker.
Yep.
That's how we get it started. The court further finds 430 ILCS 65-2A1 cannot, in this case, reasonably be construed in a manner that will preserve its validity. And this finding of unconstitutionality is necessary to the decision in this case, and this decision cannot rest upon an alternate ground. The court finds Supreme Court Rule 18 has been complied with. It is therefore ordered that 430 ILCS 65-2A1 is unconstitutional as applied to the defendant herein. Bam. That was on
February 14, 2018.
Yeah, February 14. Let's look at the other one. Okay. In the Circuit Court of the Second Judicial Circuit, White County, Illinois, the people of the state of Illinois, versus Vivian Claudine Brown. Order denying motion to reconsider order ending statute unconstitutional. They try to come back. On this 16th day of October 18, this court, after examining the state's motion to reconsider the defendant's response, hearing arguments of counsel and being fully advised in the premises, finds as follows. 1. This court has jurisdiction of the parties hereto and the subject matter hereof, because they both citizens, they got jurisdiction. 2. The court denies the state's motion to reconsider filed herein on March 19, 2018. They're not going to reconsider. 3. The court supplements its ruling of February 2nd, 2018 as follows. So now they're going to give you further explanation. Take this on your way out. You know what I'm saying? Don't come back. We'll call you.
Right.
Hey, to comply with FOID 30, now they finna get down with your shit. Now they like, okay, now I'm sipping my tea with a blunt. Hold on.
Okay.
To comply with FOID 30 ILCS 65-281, a person must have a FOID card on a person when in either actual or constructual possession of a firearm or ammunition. Owning a FOID card is insufficient to comply with the statute. So a person must have a FOID card on their person when in either actual or constructive possession. What's constructive? We know what actual possession. What's constructive possession?
Right.
We're gonna get into that. See People versus Elders and People versus Cahill. A person is in constructive possession of a firearm or ammunition when, one, the person has knowledge of the presence of a weapon or ammunition.
Yep.
So everybody in the house got constructive possession of the damn firearm and ammunition. So everybody, your kid needed FOID card?
Yep. Grandma, grandpa.
We was talking this other day.
Yep. Little sis.
Two. And that person is in immediate and exclusive control over the area where the firearm or ammunition is located. So if the kid go playing by what a safe is, you in violation. Even though nothing happened. Like at all times, it's got to happen, right? And you got to have a card on you.
Yep. Like, yeah.
So you need a surveillance on wherever you got the shit at.
Right.
And a fence. Electric fence.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
And some lasers.
Because you'll catch a case.
Right.
Because you'll violate the FOID law.
Yeah.
This is how preposterous they getting on their ass.
Yeah.
Due to the language of 430 ILCS 65281 and the court's interpretation of the statute, it is clear that compliance is impossible when one is in their own home. No person could have their FOID card on their person 24 hours each and every day when firearms or ammunition are in the house. It's impossible. What about showers?
Right.
In addition, every person in the home, family member, friend, spouse, etc., who has knowledge of the firearms and ammunition and has immediate or exclusive control of the area where the firearms or ammunition is located, who does not have a FOID card will be in violation of the statute. Just because you got it, now you don't place them in violation.
Right. Not it.
Thus, 430 ILCS 65281 is unconstitutional as applied to this defendant. And we know ain't nobody special because it is impossible to comply in the person's own home. So is it like able for us to comply in our home and not for her in her home or some shit? Like they basically like spelling it out for you.
Right. You know, they trying to put this like, oh, nobody thinks about this or whatever, you know, trying to push it all through.
This shit happened 2-3 years ago. I bet you it's probably at least 20 people that got it that's filed for this shit.
Oh, yeah,
just behind the scenes.
Yeah, I'm sure.
I'm about to be, because they tell you what to do. When you read the case, they basically tell you what to do. You know what I'm saying? As an alternative, if 430 ILCS 65281 is constitutional, then it becomes obvious the legislature did not intend the statute to apply in one's own home due to impossibility of compliance. So they said even if it was unconstitutional, it can't apply in your home.
Right.
So you can't come in nobody's house and take no shit.
Right.
Either which way, you popped.
Yep.
4, the court reiterates its findings, and even with that, it reiterates its findings and rulings in the previous order. Findings that statute unconstitutional. So the FOID card itself is unconstitutional. Right. Filed herein on February 14th, what we read earlier, 2018, that 430 ILCS 65281 is unconstitutional as applied to the defendant in her own home. The court further finds in order that 430 ILCS 65281 is unconstitutional as applied to the defendant in her own home in violation of the Second Amendment to the United States Constitution. So your FOID card is violating itself and it's against the Constitution for the United States.
Yep.
As applied to the states through the 14th Amendment. They come with this 14th. In Article 1, Section 22 of the Constitution of the State of Illinois. So it's violating all of this according to them. Excuse me. Because it is impossible to comply with, and that such statute cannot reasonably be construed in a manner that preserves its validity. The court further finds in compliance with Supreme Court Rule 18 that the finding of unconstitutionality is necessary to the decision and that such decision cannot rest upon an alternative ground. And that the notice required by Supreme Court Rule 19 has been served. And see, they get you with all these rules when you file and shit. You got to serve people and all that shit. But they'll get you, you get everything right, and the shit wasn't processed right, and they got you.
Right.
And that those served with such notice have been given adequate time, an opportunity under the circumstances to defend the statute. They're going to want their time.
Right.
I didn't have adequate time yet, Your Honor. insufficient service.
Right.
I believe that's what it is.
Right.
It is therefore ordered that for the foregoing reasons and those enumerated in the order finding statute unconstitutional filed herein on February 14, 2018, that 430 ILCS 65281 is unconstitutional as applied to the defendant in this case in violation of the Second Amendment to the United States Constitution as applied to the states through the 14th Amendment and Article 1, Section 2 of the Constitution of the State of Illinois. And by reason thereof, this cause is dismissed with prejudice.
It's wrong.
And I got y'all see what my homework is. You know what I'm saying? See what I'm on. So that's a project for me. That's something we was talking about that we wanted to show you. That's something that people that got cases you can fight with right now. You can go straight to Illinois gun laws. Go on Wikipedia. Go to footnote 19. You click on footnote 20, and you're going to click on them cases. Download them, read them.
Yep.
They citing other cases. So you can dig deeper into. See, it's how deep you want to get into it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody talking about where do I start? Where do I start?
Yep.
Just start. Because it's going to give you reference. You're going to start there, and then it's going to have references to other shit because it's going to take you right back around. Now you're going to go in here, okay, now I see the principle. This is why they said that. It wasn't because of this. It was because of this why they found them guilty. Right. So if you did it like this, you would have been able to do that. See, these, they citizens, but these, but
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Trying to work.
It's just like, you know, it's competency. What you want your lawyer to do? You want him to dig through that case and find a needle in a haystack.
Right.
You want him to connect this with this and grab this case and see this unconstitutional because of this.
Right. Yep.
You want him to find all this shit. So that's a lot of problem for the Moors. This is what I'm saying. If Moors was more, as a whole, one diplomatic, as two more competent with it, we wouldn't look so intimidating with M16 next to us.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No, they know you was confident. It wouldn't be a big deal.
We wouldn't look so intimidating. If I just had a camouflage M16 on the wall back there, and I'm just teaching Converse and just being on, it ain't nothing like what we, you know what I'm saying, hiding about.
Right.
Because you best believe, as soon as your boy get the ruling, inshallah, okay, you know I'm a flex.
It's going down.
You already know what? Who doing process? Who getting shit done around?
Right. Yeah, a lot of people ain't doing it.
See, so everybody know the law. We just seen it. So now we in the matrix again. Because everybody feels good now.
Right.
Because now they got the illusion of choice. I can do that.
Right.
No one ain't never gonna try to do it.
Right. No, they just satisfied with knowing that they know the answer.
Exactly. That's what it is.
Something I didn't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's the feel good story now. We know we can do it. Who gonna get off their ass and do it? This is the next part. This is the hard part. Getting off your ass.
You know, I can't do it this Thursday. You know, I got things to do. I'm on. You know, I my intention's good, but I just don't have time. You know how to do it.
So you gotta get that Black's Law Dictionary. You pay that $124. You gotta put it to work. You gotta read the document, and every word you don't know, you gotta go look it up.
Right.
And this is what you gotta do. You gonna read it, and you might not understand it. You gonna read it again. You might not understand it. You might get mad like me, and read it 3, 4, 5. See, I get mad and use it towards my.
Right.
I'm gonna learn this shit.
You gonna get this shit.
Yeah. You gonna get this shit.
Hell yeah.
You gonna read it until you get sick of reading it, my friend.
Right. Yeah.
And then I know it like, yeah, okay. It's like I train the body. It's like the body start learning faster now. Like, yeah. Because it talk to you.
Yep.
It tell you when it wants sweets and when it, know what I'm saying? Yep. When it needs some fresh air and when it got to use it and all, like.
Everything else. Yep.
Shit.
Yep. Yeah. Don't like somebody.
It is talking. It's definitely talking now. You know, the Barnum Maggie said in the end time, he said the judgment, your body gonna testify against you.
Yep.
Your body testify. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I don't want to get too far off. But you know, because gun stuff, I'm not promoting to form a gun club and all that. I just know Moors catch cases. That's part of it. Moors need tools to fight with. That person in fault didn't have an L or B. Right. I don't know if it was a Caucasian or not. Probably was. So straw man was probably labeled white, so that might have did it. If you're more, you need to update your status. See, they already get that's what the white privilege come from. They don't have to do all that.
Right.
Well, they didn't have to. Right now, it's a new ball game. Shit real now.
Right.
You got to know how to operate now. You still got to update your status, but they got to operate. They got to know how to operate. Right. They ass out here bad. They ass out here giving scat. Y'all, it ain't just the Moors, hey. You go out to Oak Brook or some shit. I go out here, take wifey. She want to go, you know what I'm saying, out here somewhere, eat or something. Bro, they be looking like,
oh, they upset.
Yeah. Bro, I just went, you know what I'm saying, to one of these places and got me a massage, right?
Right.
I'm like, can't even get in the car, can't even get in my car when I'm leaving. Some motherfucker trying to sell me shit. Mm-hmm. He like, see, I don't know. I guess I'll just be wearing regular shit. I don't know. But he just looked at me and like looked at what, like, man, you wear these shirts, you wear these. I'm like, what? I couldn't really understand. It was like some Middle East. Oh, you trying to sell me something? Like, man, like, bro, I'm trying to sell you something. What you talking about? Trying to sell me something. But he seen me in some of the clothes my girl be buying me. Right. She be buying me that shit, that label.
No, that's what they think. They trying to get money. They trying to get that stuff sold.
Yeah, I ain't one of them. I'll fuck around and do the same shit you doing if I see it's easy and profitable. And this is what we need to be doing. You see how, like, I'm nosy when it comes to law and business, and not everything. Just what it apply to me. Right. I'm like an animal in Discovery Channel that you watch, and it just show you its way of life and its means and substance. It don't do everything. Yeah. It don't climb all the trees and motherfucking fly and all that. It just do it. It get what it get over here, get what it get over here, build some shit, and now it's straight. You know what I'm saying? You might be another type. Or that might just be the style we're using for right now, or whatever. Right. You don't have to have everything at the same damn time. This is why I was saying on my live earlier, like how much do Moors really need? Like, realistically, what do you need to be straight? 50, 60,000 fiat?
Right.
Is that what it is?
Is that, and we talking about really straight.
Right.
Like not talking about jag off straight. I
think that it, like, in competency and contract. If you had made your own, if you make your own business, say you check 50, that's nothing. That's like $1,000 a week. You got a decent business, you're gonna make somewhere around 1,000 a better week. Right. You can make that, and if you competent in contract, that's worth another, you know what I'm saying, 50.
Hell yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Easy.
That's worth another 50.
Hell yeah. You get all kinds.
How much do you need?
That's like your bonus.
That's one person.
Hell yeah.
I'm not talking about YouTube channels and shit. I'm talking about business.
Right.
This is one person.
Well, most of the things for people when they see business, all they see is something you go to college for. They look at all the others and they turn their nose at the job.
But this is my point, and this is my thing. At what point do we get to live some of this life?
Right.
Is we gonna just be struggling, fighting math forever, or is we gonna build something? You know what I'm saying? Because we can make a machine to do work.
Right. Easy.
And live. This is what business is.
Right.
Oh, what's the mission, everybody? Okay, let's put that. That's gonna work for itself towards that. Yep. Now let's do this.
Yep.
Oh, we need more. Okay, let's put some more towards that, and then let's do this.
Let's do that. Right. Easy.
You see, we trying to fix contracts. So that's one contract. The little gun sheet. Another one gonna be with the land, the trust thing, and getting the land and putting it in the trust and all that.
Right.
Because once we got that, we got however many acres I get, or we get. D. Ross got his shit. A few other boys got their shit.
Hell yeah.
We got Morocco, bro.
Yep.
We naming all these places. They're gonna be big enough to name. We'll play with, see, able to at least, hold a couple hundred people because we want to host some functions.
Yep.
And we're gonna be able to go from land to private land to private wealth. Yep. We named it. We don't need the public unless we go business.
Yep.
You can start in the country with the land cheap.
Yep. Easy.
And if you think you don't got the money, all you need is really the idea. That's why I say the roof. All you need is the idea. How many people you think we can get that can save up for the money and put it together? See, you can make a trust. Everybody agree to it. Everybody agree to put in what the same amount as it grow, and just to use that money to grow more shit. As it grows, we're gonna keep it and then buy another one. Until we all got one. However long we take, 10 years, whatever.
Don't matter. Keep going. Right.
And we're gonna all have a portion of owning shit until we all own one.
Right.
Then we can at that point, then we can move from there and have another meeting. Where we gonna go from there?
Right.
This shit easy.
Easy.
It's planning and sacrifice. It's reading and studying.
Right. It's
everybody knowing. So now we have a conversation. Everybody is listening because we on every word, because we understand that we want to know what's gonna happen. Because we finna take this is how you take the central message and move, because I know what's finna happen. It ain't no Mickey's on it. Okay, that's what's finna happen. All right, they finna do that. All right, I'm finna go do this. I'm in this business. If they finna do that, it's finna be more tourists. I'm finna start setting this business up, getting ready for the tourists. I can predict, so I can start forecasting as a business like.
Right, easy. Now everybody start all over.
Yeah. Eventually, that shit will matriculate up. Once the model gets shown, that shit will matriculate up to the city how it's supposed to with these wards. What I've been talking about.
Yeah. But that's what's needed. That's the only way that people, plus y'all say y'all want to restore the public. Everybody acting like they're talking, they don't think about it, but y'all can do the work.
The work is people got to start being comfortable with truth. You know what I'm saying? Or other people's truths as well. History and other people's truths. As far as how they want to live their life. Because a lot of these blacks, this is one reason why I'm not so gung-ho about, mad at the de facto and this, that, and the other. Because they doing some shit we ain't finna do. We ain't finna motherfucking, that we not finna take care of these Moors like that. I know it's a lot of them road doing dumb shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But Moors in general want to be masters. They looking for slaves.
Yep.
So if these people doing wrong, I can imagine what the Moors, you know what I'm saying, at this point. Shit, bro. With the foundation we got as a nation, I can imagine what will happen. Because look what everybody look. It's the blind leading the blind now, bro.
Yeah.
The blind leading the blind now.
Everybody know all these opportunities.
Yeah. So you can take that down. Anybody got any questions? Anybody got any questions?
Short today. It's hot outside. Everybody enjoying the weather.
Yeah, it's definitely hot. There's a lot of this bitch. On the real. It's down at 90 degrees in Chicago. For people who people probably haven't seen us. Did I share this thing? I don't know if I should. People who probably haven't seen us.
You know what? I didn't have my phone up here. People, this thing, God.
Yeah, and everything messed up. Hold up.
So,
let me try and share that a little bit. Yeah, see it. They'll get to see it when they see it. That's even better. They can rewatch it. We can talk about the straw man now. You ain't got to worry. I'm sharing it to all the groups, so okay. Get the phone straight. Here's mine. So, strawberry basics. And it's probably what's going to set us apart from a lot of Moors. We openly deal in commerce. We don't hide about it. We know what what it is. update the strong. We're not scared to do contracts. We reserve our rights. We resolve cases. We may get them dismissed. At least we have so far. We do administrative processes for that straw man to get shit done in their system. You might have a nationality card that say AA222141 on it. If you didn't know, the 222141 is United States codes. And if you didn't know, your whole nationality card is in agreement, it's in conjunction with the Immigration Nationality Act. That's where the AA even come from. So after looking into the nationality card, studying it, after looking into the paperwork, studying it, this is what we have. This is what we come now. Looking at the reality, studying it, this is what we come now. Is commerce being done on the land? The dollar done crashed 4-5 times. They steady throwing fiat in this thing. I can't tell you to stop doing commerce because you still got to eat. Who's finna feed you? You got certain groups saying they got some type of currency for Moors. It's supposed to work in the public. You'll see. You know what I'm saying? They got U.S. codes for that. We already went over that. So it's pretty simple. Right now, your shit is your birth certificate. You got a birth certificate. You got a social security number, and it goes to a straw man, a transmitting utility, and that transmitting utility is 3/5. It's Black African American student, which is the one that's referred to as 3/5 in Article 1, Section 2, Paragraph 3 of the Constitution for the United States. So they'll show you all the laws and all that. You read it, and you think you got rights or constitutional rights, and don't nothing apply to you because you Dred Scott. Yo, you Dred Scott because your strong man ain't represented, ain't updated right. So they don't have to, listen to your argument. We done went through this, like I said, with cases. We found out firsthand. Over what we went over, if you missed earlier, we was going over the gun registration, not gun registration, over the FOID Card law, how it's unconstitutional.
Yeah, and that's for anybody who just got on or whatever. If you're just not getting the notification, it's kind of a late notification. You probably want to watch the video again from the beginning, and you'll be able to see it.
Yep. We broke down the judgment, and we broke down the second judgment when the state tried to appeal. So a lot of this stuff is all about being active. It's the reason why we talk about tribe up, form a community, because it brings more power. Now you can, especially when you're on the recognize you are a people. See, now you're not black racial groups. You are a people.
Right.
All that we the people and all this stuff. And when we're reading it, say the rights. Everybody talk about a specific right of the people. You got to be party to the con. You got to be the people. So, forgot that phone that did it all. I would have shared it out earlier.
Yeah.
Yeah, so anybody got any questions?
Yeah, watch it.
Anybody got any questions? Do you have any questions on the FOID card?
And again, if you be watching it because you missed it or whatever, just type the questions in the chat or whatever, and we'll make sure that the answer is not mentioned.
Brief summary. Firearm owner identification card, FOID card. unconstitutional because they want you to have it on you when you're in possession of the weapon or in constructive possession. Constructive possession means around the weapon, having knowledge of it. And that could be you or anybody else. And you're supposed to have a FOID card on you at all times, even in the shop. So it was ruled unconstitutional because you can't. There's no way to uphold the law.
Right.
Also, they said they violated the Second Amendment. And then they went to their own 14th in Illinois State, which they could keep that.
Right.
They said about the FOID card and the Second Amendment, that was cool with me. That's something I can use. And see, with me, we wouldn't even get to that because the diversity of citizenship. This is why the first thing they was talking about is does the court have jurisdiction? You know. So I know a lot of, like, okay, for the Moors, everybody got the way. People trying to look for the pick and join the body politic and all that. She wasn't with nobody politic. The lady we was just showing on, Vivian. She just knew some law. Filed a petition. This shit unconstitutional. Why we be telling people ain't nobody special. So she did it without a title.
Right.
So what's her title? If she came over to the Moorish movement, what would her title be, bro? She just be the queen of everything, the matriarch return. I did it.
Yeah.
I did it.
No, yeah. No, what's it? I'm the queen.
I'm the only one competent.
I'm Ruth.
I'm the only one with some proof. Besides Noble.
Yeah. I'm Wonder Woman.
I'm the one he did the life on. I'm the one who could defeat him. On the real.
I'm the one.
So once you get in your mind, you not the straw man. It's gonna change your language. So now, when they pull you over and want to see your IDs, let me see your license registration. You want to see its license?
Right.
And registration? I don't have a license.
Right.
We gonna be specific in the dope. What you mean, your? No. Ain't no your or nothing. You talking about it.
Yeah.
And that usually shake them up sometimes.
So we got Teray L. Islam. He says, when status correct, just rock on birthrights, Second Amendment, and treaty, etc. Correct?
Like, give me a situation. What situation we talking about?
Right.
Because it's all type of stuff. I might just be in their own shit. Like, say the police, like, what? Who is the police? Be in court? What is it?
Right.
I might just be on CPD website showing how they ain't supposed to be messing with foreign nationals because of the Vienna Convention. I'm straight. They supposed to already know. If you look at the badge, like you can look at New York police, they got that native and
The native
and the Caucasian.
Yeah.
Chicago police, they got the native and the slave shit.
Right, slave shit.
A lot of them, if you look at their badges, just look at police badges and stuff, they know what it is.
They ain't changed nothing.
And then they like, come on, man. Symbols everywhere.
Yeah. Shit. Aside from the name.
So I would study there. They studying you, I would study them. And like I said, you got to tell me what's the situation. If we just talking about some type of traffic stop, something that ain't nothing, I wouldn't even care about it.
Right.
Whatever they finna, I'm just gonna be me. Whatever you finna do, I'll, check it out then.
Right.
I know how to go pop up in court and say who I am.
Right. Make a special
We talking about some type of case. Because if you did the shit, then you in a jurisdiction.
Yep.
If you read the Subject Free Wars Act, they prayed that motherfucking the petition was for that they be judged by the laws of the state if they do something, and not by the legal law. You just ain't diplomatic immunity. So it's okay if I do some shit, then you gotta hold me by the law. You hold your citizens to.
Right. Not this bullshit.
Right. Not no motherfucking Negro law. So, I know.
Yeah, he said just rocking in general, but you covered it. His line.
It's all good. It's all good. Any more questions? Any more questions? How many of y'all is doing taxes? Is getting taxed? They taking taxes out your check. How much taxes they taking out y'all check on a month? Somebody say. Because all that shit can be updated. And like I say, everything is a trust. So right now, a lot of people working out of the slave trust.
Yep.
So these trusts come with different rules. So the slave rules go with the slave trust. You know, it's the slave trust. Because whenever you need some shit, you can go with it and beg.
Yep. Yeah, I'm so big.
What master be asking this, that, and the other all the time? And I need this, and yeah.
No, they want to know. Why you need my money again? What you got? What you make?
Yeah.
What's in your wallet?
It's a slave trust. It's an employer identification number. Employer means slave modern day.
Right.
It's what Juneteenth is about that everybody can celebrate. To be slaves. See all these people having Juneteenth fest.
Right.
Juneteenth this, Juneteenth that.
Right.
That's the day General Granger came, 1863, with orders number 3, telling them they no longer slaves, they employees.
Yep.
We not masters, we owe boss now.
Right.
Sharecropper.
Right. Yep.
And do the same shit under these titles. So we modernize it enough to where y'all don't know if we just taxing y'all, the slavery is taxing.
Right.
You control everything with tax. You want to drive too fast? Tax.
Yep.
Slow your ass down.
Goddamn right.
Oh, you want to have this big ass house? Tax. Nope. Get another house.
Yep. Gas guzzler.
Yep. Yep. Want this car? Nope. Tax. You want these clothes? Nope. Tax.
Yep.
You want the good food? Nope. Tax.
Yep. Oh, you want to smoke weed? Tax.
Right. Tax. Oh, you want to be promiscuous? You want a lot of women?
Yep.
Tax.
Yep.
Tax.
Goddamn
Tax.
right.
Tax. Tax.
Goddamn right.
Oh, tax. 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 Everything is tax. So now you gotta have fiat to live now, right? You want to be the case? Tax. If your ass incompetent.
Yep. All day.
Shit.
All day.
When I was kids, tax. All this shit, bro. Life is tax now. I seen a movie like that where it was like they had some type of meter to where they money was their life. They was paying for shit with their life.
Oh damn. Yeah.
So your bank account was your life. If you went to work and you made a lot of money, you would just live long as hell.
Right. But if you didn't, then as soon as you checked out, as soon as
Yeah,
you
so-
hit zero, you out of here.
So man, let me borrow 20 minutes of life, Ozzy.
God.
How that sound?
Right. Motherfuckers be like, who? What?
Right. Shit. Man, you got so
God.
hey. Whew. I gotta look up that movie. That was a good movie.
Yeah, bro. That's like, man. Then you think about people asking for donations now.
Man, but that's what it really is.
Yeah.
Because how much time did you work on the job to get that fiat? How much time out your life did it take for you to get that?
Guess what? It's actually a perfect analogy because guess what? You don't never get that time back.
You ain't never get it
You
back.
don't ever get back.
You just work 8 hours for $80, and they just charge you $1,500. So they just took a month out your life or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Let me get a month out your life for a nationality package. Bro, this was happening.
No, I need 30 more minutes for ID card.
God damn. When you
No,
translate, that's what's
I need
happening.
an hour for consultation. And I'm not talking about the hour we on the consultation.
Why y'all think they say time is money?
And an hour extra.
Why you think they say time is money?
Right.
Because if you had a bunch of money, you wouldn't have to work, right? So now you got your time. Now you living your best life. This what they mad at us about. Every time they see us, we know that shit like we ain't never working.
Okay, so the Teray says, he says, getting my new ident report on that Social Security number to access the federal public benefit the right way if needed, as so many of us do.
Did he update his status? I think he did.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely gonna need that. You talking about doing process and all that stuff. You gonna want that immigration status.
Yeah.
So you can get one before, you can get one after. You see what it look like now.
Mm-hmm.
Main thing is, what I'm telling people is to, even if you got a comfortable job or whatever, start thinking about business. Start thinking futuristic.
Right.
Start something on slow now.
Right. So you can start having it, because it's going to take time for it to mature. And by the time it matures, you'll be ready to get on out of it.
Mm-hmm.
These, in some cases, it's not so.
Yep, if you got a little money.
Now you'll be ahead of the ball instead of having to be forced, where your hand forced.
Yeah. Start buying precious metals. Start buying stuff that investments, assets.
Right.
You learning all this trust law. Start buying stuff that can be placed in the trust and leverage.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So everybody think it's about money. What if 10 people and y'all got maybe 5,000, but a bunch of assets that's not being used? Yeah, well, these properties was left to me.
Right.
And then they know how to fix them up. And then we got, okay, let's take the $5,000, fix it up. So you got a form of trust. Mm-hmm. And then Airbnb them out. They're going to make enough money. Yep. We're going to all get a check off of it.
Yep. And you good. And everybody good.
They call it group economics.
Right. But people, they just think stuff like that's interesting, but they don't want to do the work. That's it.
It is interesting.
They don't want to take the time and do the work.
There's so many scams, people are skeptical of everything.
But that's the reason why you want to work with people you trust with, because you got an opportunity to be able to do it yourself. You know who you can trust and who you can't. Well, in most cases. In some cases. I know it's a lot of wolves in sheep clothing.
Right.
Saying.
About that one.
It's hot in summertime. If you see them panting, that should let you know something.
Oh, yeah, it's gonna go down now. Hey, it's going down to something. It's hot as hell. You gonna see these So anybody got any questions? We went over a lot of stuff. Like I said, y'all can go back to the beginning if y'all don't see all the gun case law we went over, showing that the FOID card is unconstitutional. Right. On the state level as well as the federal level, as well as just itself is impossible to do.
Yeah. So yeah, it looks like we don't have any more questions. I think we're good.
Okay. Appreciate y'all.
Yup.
Hope y'all enjoy y'all sun. Get y'all some raw.
Yeah, get that vitamin D.
Peace.